Hi there and welcome to another episode of Beekeeping Fundamentals. I'm Ray from the Norfolk Beekeeping Experience, based out here in Norfolk in the little picturesque village called Filby, right on the Norfolk Broads. So today I'm really excited to do this. We're going to do my second review of the Anel Langstroth beehive. I done one when I first brought them, and I brought them in February. And now I've done a season with them, and I want to tell you things that I like about them, things that I don't like about them, and you can draw your own conclusions. But they're £129, and I think they are stonking value. I think probably the best value beehive in the UK. The only downside is they're a Langstroth. I would have much preferred them in a national because I run nationals, but I really wanted to try Langstroths, and I decided to hang my hat on this one. Now, what's different about this? Now, this is an all plastic insulated beehive, so it is rock solid. You're going to really struggle to break it, and so it's got two layers of plastic, and in between that plastic is insulation. So you've got all the benefits of a polyhive with none of the minuses. So cleaning these is a breeze. You can give them a good scrape just to get rid of the surface wax, and then you can wipe them down, wash them with good hot warm water. You can bleach them, you can pressure wash them. They are almost indestructible. So let's get on to the review. So as you can see, they've got handles, and this makes them really easy to carry. And with the clips on the front, they just don't come apart. So the clips on the front and clips on the back hold them all together, and if you're transporting a lot of bees in your trucks or whatever, that is a really nice feature. So let's start with the roof. So the roof is obviously nice and thick, two layers of plastic with insulation in between, and it's solid. You know, you're going to have to really work hard to damage that. They've got some lovely features. They've got some air vents on the side, which are marginally adjustable, and that's great. Get good airflow, and they've also got an air vent on the top. However, if you've got a syrup feeder beneath this, you can just pour your syrup through there without disturbing the bees, and that is just great. There's no other word for it than great. So yeah, really like the roof. So moving on to the feeder. Now the feeder didn't come with it. I brought this as an addition. They do 2 or 3 versions of feeders for this. So this is the clear one, which keeps the cost down. They do a slightly more heavy duty one that I think is brown, and then they do a really good one, which is, it's got an additional bar down there, and it's got the opportunity to feed both syrup and fondant, or you could pop some pate in there. You could do really whatever you like with it, so it's a really universal feeder. Now if you want to put candy or fondant in there, they have 2 little knockout holes, so you can just pop your block of candy straight in the top, and the bees will come up through the holes and they'll eat the candy or the fondant. when you're done and you want to refeed syrup, they come with little bungs that you just pop back into the holes. So a really nice feeder. Two downsides for me. They're not major, but they are something I want to mention. Now, very occasionally you will come and there will be dead bees floating in the fondant, floating in the syrup. And how they're getting in there, I've yet to work out. I can't see any way of them getting in other than there's gaps down here. Now, I think they should be too small for the bees to get in there, but somehow or other they are managing. So that's a little bit of a downside. Also, another little downside is they have this ridge all the way round it, and it doesn't actually seal very well. It doesn't fit very well. I think they should have moved the ridge inwards so that it would then fit inside the roof. Because as it stands at the moment, that ridge just fits straight down onto that, and it's not a great fit, and it slips and slides around. Like I say, it's not a major problem, but it is a bit annoying. So this is going to be quite long-winded, so please bear with me. So the next thing we have a crown board. I hate these. I'm going to upgrade these next season. I absolutely hate wobbly crown boards. Also, they do another crown board, which is the one I think they should have supplied with it. And the other crown board has lots and lots of holes. The reason I think the other one is better than this one is that they've gone to all the trouble of doing all that lovely venting in the roof, and then you pop your crown board on and you've lost it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So yeah, I don't like it. I won't be using these next season with it. I'm going to do something else. I'm most likely going to make my own version of a crown board with some holes in. But again, it's just personal. I know hundreds and thousands of beekeepers love these things. I'm not one of them. So yeah. I would much prefer them coming as standard with the crown board with holes in. And if I had the crown board with holes in, I might forgive the floppiness. So the next thing is a box standard plastic queen excluder. Once again, I don't like them. I don't like plastic queen excluders. And next season I'll be changing them for a metal one. Now you've got another option on this. They do another queen excluder that's designed differently, and it's so the bees will propelise it up, and it's designed that the bees will propelise it up. Then you pop it in the freezer and you give it just a little bend and all the propolis will come out. Now for me, I don't collect propolis, but for those of you that want to, that's a really good idea. Just touching back to the feeder, they do another feeder that fits in the entrance, and it just clips straight in. I did buy a couple of them, but I'm not a lover of feeding the bees that way, but it is an option. So where are we now? So again, we're on to an absolute monster of a super. The construction, the insulation, everything about it is just quality. There's not much I can say about it other than they clean up well. You can drop them, you can transport them, you can wash them, you can bleach them, you can soda crystal them. Don't scorch them, obviously. And again, they've got, in between the two layers of plastic, you've got that thick insulation. They've got a hanger each side to make them really easy to take off, put on, move around. Really well thought of. So you get two of them. So you get two of them in your standard kit. And again, I can't emphasise enough that for £129, you should all go out and buy them. I just wish they was in National. Again, now another little gripe, if you like. Some of my clips have gone rusty, which again is a little bit annoying, but you know. And again, some rust on some of the catches. Now I did only buy two of them, and both of them have got rust on some of the catches, so it's obviously something that I think needs addressing. So all the things I said about the super, I carry forward to the brood box. So it's insulated, it's hard wearing, it's washable, it's insulated. You could probably throw it around your truck and never break it. It's got the handles, it's got the catches. There's not much else I can say about it. Now, I'm switching, well I'm not switching, sorry, I wanted to try Langstroth and that was why I brought it. What I would say is, for me, it's taken a bit of time to get used to the fact that this has got a top B space, whereas I run bottom B space on my Nationals. So I have found the transition of not being able to get your hive tool in quite as easy as you can with a National, and also the end lugs on a Langstroth frame are smaller. But that is me, that's just me being useless. And here's the floor. Again, what can you say about it? It's strong, it's thermal plastic, it's got Varroa on the bottom, an open Varroa floor. So yeah, great. But is it? This is my least favourite part of the whole assembly. This is my least favourite, and I think it falls a little bit short. I think the Technoset has got some better ideas. So being an open mesh Varroa floor is great, being solid is great. There's absolutely nowhere to put a Varroa board. Again, next season I'm going to put some runners down the bottom and make my own boards to go in. But that is a bit annoying. I think it's an oversight, but it is so well constructed, and it's got the feet, so you can pop it straight down. You've got a bit of ground clearance, and yeah, what can I say? Other than the Varroa board, the actual base I like. The bit I really don't like, these doors. So you get two doors. Made of flimsy, really. Oh, it's just falling apart, look. Plastic, I just don't like them. So yeah, they're fiddly. They're just not great. So they go in here and here, and obviously your brood box goes on top. So you can have them either closed or with, I guess you'd call it a mouse guard. Now I see that might be useful against the Asian hornet. That might be an unwittingly good feature that's been built in. But I would prefer to see a floor with the door where it would be able to be fully open, fully closed, or mouse guard. So these are just a fiddle to get in, a fiddle to get out. Now I don't know if at some point there was a different door, because on the floor it looks like you've got some grooves that run across. And I do wonder at some point if they thought about putting an all-in-one door with some better features, much like the Techno set. And that would make the hive so much better for me. I think these grooves that I just pointed out allow you to put in a pollen trap. You can buy as an addition a lovely big pollen trap for the front. I don't collect pollen, so I've not got one. So to round it up, I love it. For all my negative comments about some of the bits I don't like, the positive by far outweigh the negative. And if they could improve, for me, 3 features. If they could change the door to something better, because that is really rubbish. If they could somehow incorporate a board, it's pretty straightforward to do. I'm going to do it for next year, so it's not hard. And if they could just look at that feeder, the lip on the edge, I think those small 3 improvements for me would be outstanding. But for £129 for a floor, a brood, 2 supers, a queen excluder, a crown board, a vented roof, you can't go wrong. You just cannot go wrong. And these will be my go-to hives in the future as I progress more into using some different hive forms, and these will definitely be the ones that I use for my Langstroth. Now I didn't buy any, but they are available. You can buy plastic frames as well, so you can get plastic frames all in one, and you can buy them waxed and unwaxed. Now I didn't buy any, and I've never tried plastic frames, and I see lots of mixed reviews about plastic frames, with the plastic foundation of course, but if you like them, they are available and they're not outrageously priced. So anyway, thanks for taking the time. Sorry it's a bit messy, but I've not got anybody here to help video, so yeah, that's me done. Thanks for your time. Give me the thumbs up if you liked it, it helps. Leave some comments if you think there's something that I left out or you would have liked to know a little bit more about, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much.